Hey, so before I get into the video, I'd just like to say I recently was clearing up space on my PC and accidentally deleted the files I had for this video, including the narration recordings. So if you were wondering why this video took so long to come out when it's so much shorter than the last one, it's because I basically had to start back from scratch, but besides the script, luckily. So in essence, this is technically part 1 of part 2, and later will be part 2 of part 2, but I'll just be calling them parts 2 and 3 for simplicity's sake. Also, this experience has made me realize that making videos that are over an hour long is less fun. So going on, expect videos that are more similar in length to the first 3. So yeah, again, sorry this video took so long to come out. I'll stop rambling right now and just get into the video. Caramelldansen is a song released by Swedish music group Caramel, released in 2001. It was decently popular, but where it really rose to popularity was years later on the internet. It was first paired with an animated GIF taken from a cutscene in the Japanese adult visual novel known as Popotan, where they do the iconic dance. Then, on 4chan in late 2005, a user posted the GIF alongside a sped-up version of Caramelldansen, which, in case you were wondering, yes, that does mean the version of Caramelldansen you're probably used to and is playing right now is actually a Nightcore remix of the original song. Anyways, after that was posted to 4chan, a huge trend started on 4chan, Nico Nico Doga, and later YouTube, where people would use the same song and have various characters dancing in the same way as the Popotan girls. And there were a lot of these. Like, if a piece of media was popular in the mid to late 2000s, you can bet that you could find the characters from it Caramelldansen. In 2008, the Nightcore remix was redistributed by a Japanese company called Quake Inc., who got the rights to the original distributors of Caramel's music, Remixed Records, despite the band having been broken up in the past 6 years. After that, the song was now no longer attributed to Caramel, but rather the Caramella Girls, 2 of which at first were based off 2 of the band members, and then later they were redesigned to not be that. Caramella Girls went on to become a virtual group, kinda like Gorillaz, I guess, and they began producing music, although I don't think I or anyone else can name a single Caramella Girls song other than Caramelldansen. Also, one last thing. While editing, I found this Kotaku article published last year about a YouTuber named Jan Measley, who uploaded a video digging into the origins of the song. Which, by the way, this video is really interesting. If you want more info on Caramelldansen, then definitely check this out, it's worth a watch. Anyways, Remixed Records, the owners of Caramella Girls, took this video down in 2021, alongside vaguely threatening statements to destroy Measley's entire channel, because they don't want him revealing the actual history of Caramelldansen. And I'm now realizing that I also qualify as a YouTuber revealing the actual history of Caramelldansen. So let's just move on. Minecraft is a 2009 sandbox game developed by Mojang Studios. First created by No, that's not actually what this entry is about. What, did you think I was actually going to explain to you what Minecraft is? You know what it is, it's the best-selling game of all time. There are at least like 10 entries in the first 2 tiers that have to do with Minecraft. See, that's why this entry confused me, but if you look closely at the iceberg, you see that it's Minecraft with a lowercase m. Also, it's blue, which means it's a specific video. So, initially I was kind of pissed, because, like, how the fuck am I even supposed to find that? But eventually, through enough searching, I found it's referring to this video by JWAP, which is the first ever video about Minecraft on YouTube not made by Notch, uploaded hours after the release of the first public demo. In the description, he says he uploaded the video because he made a structure that he couldn't screenshot. Fun fact, this video was created by Jan Willem Nijman, one of the 2 co-founders of the video game development studio Vlambeer, responsible for games like Super Crate Box and Nuclear Throne. I talked about the Fine Bros briefly in the first video, but they got into considerable controversy around the start of 2016. They had a cheery little video announcing their plans to start the React World channel, where people could make videos with the same format and titles and stuff as their videos, so that they could license the React format. They'd have to upload it to the channel, and the Fine Bros would take a cut of the revenue. The brothers acted like they were doing it for some noble cause, like they're giving people the privilege to make reaction videos. Like I said in Tier 1, reaction videos have been a thing on YouTube since its inception pretty much, so it's kind of insane that they tried to do this. In fact, this wasn't even the first time they claimed ownership over the idea of reaction videos. A couple years before, they went after Ellen fucking DeGeneres because she did a reaction video on her show. This whole React World fiasco was met with near universal criticism, with countless YouTubers making videos criticizing the Fine Bros, which, ironically enough, were reaction videos to the initial announcement. This included the 13-year-old Swegwin, who made a video discussing his thoughts on the Fine Bros' actions. It's a really great video, I'd recommend checking it out. Link is in the description. Anyways, after the intense backlash, the Fine Bros backpedaled insanely hard, releasing a terrible apology video that basically just surmounted to, "You're all too stupid to understand what's going on, let the adults talk." After everything though, they deleted all traces of the React World program from their channel, alongside the 2 videos, but not many people forgave them. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is a British web series created by Becky Sloan and Joseph Pelling. It parodies shows like Sesame Street, and every episode starts out pretty simple and standard children's show stuff for a plot twist that involves some form of disturbing imagery, dark humor, or psychological horror happens. The first episode was uploaded in 2011 and features a notebook teaching the characters how to be creative, but soon delves into some crazy shit. The video was pretty popular, getting over 70 million views, and since then spawned a series of 6 episodes, with each episode getting more and more just like insane. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared also recently got a TV show of 6 episodes on the British network Channel 4. Click farms, not to be confused with content farms, are underground operations to increase view counts. Basically, YouTube channels will pay these companies to take hundreds, if not thousands, of phones that are all synced up to each other and repeatedly refresh one of their videos and subscribe to them, in order to give the illusion that the channel is popular. This tricks the YouTube algorithm into thinking that real people are viewing their videos, leading them to show up more in search results in the recommended tab. This tactic isn't even limited to YouTube, as people will often do it on sites like Instagram, Twitter, and even sites like Alibaba, where retailers will use click farms to give themselves fake 5-star reviews. These aren't technically illegal, but they do violate the policies of pretty much every website and app out there. They're mostly popular in developing countries like China and India due to the fact that they don't have to pay their laborers too much money. Leo Henry, more well known by his YouTube channel Leo Kim Video, is an Australian YouTuber that joined in 2007, who does a variety of content, mainly focused around toys. He first gained popularity with the release of his Mad Bomber series in the 2000s, which in his words is a Twisted Thomas parody, which he made from his large collection of Thomas the Tank Engine toys. He also has a series called Dark Side, where he looks at Australian knockoff toys and pokes fun at how shitty they are, before destroying them. Besides toy-related videos, he also has a series where he documents the certifiably Australian gigantic spiders that invade his home. In 2017, when being interviewed on BBC News about South Korea, Robert Kelly's room was invaded by his daughter. I personally love the way she just fucking struts in there, it's awesome. But then the baby follows soon after with his walker, and finally the mom comes in and drags the two away while the dad is just closing his eyes hoping it ends soon. The video quickly became viral and gained millions of views. Creepy tape found in Croatia refers to a video uploaded by Darth Nixa in 2012. Allegedly, it's a tape that was found in 2005, and the teenagers in the video have been missing since. It starts with them meeting up and testing out a new camera, and then walking around town at night when they see this strange masked person. The video cuts to many different points of the night, and the man just keeps appearing, and eventually it cuts out. The video's pretty clearly fake, because, like, first of all, how did this one dude manage to kidnap both of these kids? Also, there was no police report, and after some digging, I found that this video was also uploaded to the Pro-Am USA Films channel under the title Entry Creepy Tape Found in Croatia 2014 Pro-Am USA International Student Film Competition. So yeah, it was an entry to a film competition that didn't even win. Still pretty creepy though. Wombo Combo is a clip of Super Smash Bros. Melee hit by 2 players SS and Tang. Commentated by Homemade Waffles, Phil, and Mango, they proclaimed that this combo is a Wombo Combo, named after a pizza from the chain Roundtable Pizza. The clip also led to popular catchphrases like That Ain't Falco and Happy Feet, which are also exclaimed throughout the clip. The clip is probably the most iconic and recognizable video relating to competitive Smash, and has uses in memes like montage parodies and esports even outside of the Smash franchise like Dota and League of Legends. Epic Sax Guy is the name given to Sergei Stepanov, the sax player of Moldovan music group Sunstroke Project. This is the result of a loop of him dancing while playing the saxophone at Eurovision getting really popular in 2010. At first, people tried to make it into the new Rick roll, calling it the Sax roll, which, as you can imagine, didn't really pan out. But Epic Sax Guy was still a pretty huge trend, getting over 80 million views, despite Moldova placing 22nd out of 25 in Eurovision that year. Evolution of Dance is a performance by Judson Lapley, originally created in 2001 and uploaded to YouTube in 2006. In it, he performs various dances from across the past 70 years, including but not limited to Thriller, YMCA, Hey Ya, Cotton Eye Joe, and You Can't Touch This. The audience fucking loves it, and for good reason too, as he's really good at doing all the dances. Evolution of Dance was the most viewed video on YouTube for the majority of the first 5 years of YouTube's lifespan, being taken over by Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne for a little bit, then taking the spot back, and finally losing it to Charlie Bit My Finger in 2009. Special Friends is a trilogy of children's direct-to-video films made in the late 1980s. Directed by Doug Bernstein, it follows our protagonist Brett Ambler as he tries to overcome his fear of meeting new people. In 2014, an edited version of one of these episodes, You Want Kazoo, was uploaded to YouTube by the channel Dead VCR. This upload cut it down to a 3-minute montage of the weirdest moments, like some of the child actors being dubbed over by adult voice actors, some kids being way more into it than others, and Brett's special friend song, where he sings about how he and the viewer are now special friends. The film was a popular source for YouTube poops, montage parodies, and pretty much every other form of parody, including reaction videos. Okay, this situation is just ridiculously convoluted, so I'm gonna try to keep this one as short and simple as possible to avoid getting something wrong, and I probably will get something wrong anyways, but just bear with me. In 2015, Adam Dalberg, better known as famous YouTuber SkyDoesMinecraft or SkyDoesEverything, announced they would be marrying a woman named Alyssa, who is also a content creator named Serious Nonsense, and that they have a baby on the way. They later divorced after Alyssa allegedly cheated on Adam. When the whole Simon beef thing was going on, KSI got Alyssa on a diss track against Adam, which apparently was an intentional decision on their part to bait KSI into doing so Adam could get custody of their child or something. Then later in early 2022, a document was published against Adam by their new girlfriend named Elizabeth, saying that they're one of the most abusive people she's ever met. They cheated on her, stole money for drugs, deceived the internet into hating Alyssa, harassed people on Discord, abused Elizabeth's dog, made homophobic and racist comments, threatened both the lives of Elizabeth and other fellow content creators, and yeah, they basically did everything. Many former collaborators such as Gizzy Gaza, Deadlocks, and Jerome ASF made tweets stating that Adam was one of the worst people they've ever met. I don't think anything that has to do with Elizabeth was a thing when this Iceberg chart was made like a year ago, which is why this entry is called SkyDoesEverything versus Serious Nonsense and not SkyDoesEverything abuse allegations or something like that. But I still felt like it was a bit of an elephant in the room. PopularMMOs is a gaming channel run by a dude named Patrick that mainly focuses around Minecraft. He got into some drama with his ex-girlfriend Eleni, who is also known as Coclista, because she had apparently been talking on Instagram that Patrick had been manipulating her and lying about their relationship, while in actuality Eleni was the one manipulating Patrick. He made a couple of videos on the debacle too, which have all since been privated. Also in 2022 he was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. So, Me at the Zoo is the first YouTube video, but have you ever wondered what the second one is? We'll look no further than My Snowboarding Skills, uploaded by Matt Michael Wright, also known as his channel name MW. It's a 10-second clip of him snowboarding and then he falls over. This technically makes him the first non-staff member to upload a video. That's pretty much all there is. MattHoss, also known as Bold Guy, is a YouTuber who uploads scripted videos that are mainly sketches, a lot of which focus around him talking to women. These videos usually portray him as a lady killer badass kind of character, even though he wrote the script to them, so they're basically just him talking to himself in the shower about how he's gonna pick up girls. The acting is also really bad and the writing is just horrible. This led Ethan and Ela of H3H3 Productions to make a small video on him in 2016 reacting to one of his videos. This video, despite being relatively small compared to the other videos, as it was only uploaded to their side channel, still made Matt really upset, so he filed a lawsuit against them. This lawsuit lasted about a year and a half and was extremely financially draining for the couple, even with the $100,000 GoFundMe. That was until August of 2017, when they finally won the lawsuit, with US District Judge Catherine B. Forrest ruling the video as fair use as a matter of law, and described it as quintessential comment and criticism, which was a huge win not just for Ethan and Ela, but also fair use on YouTube as a whole. Angry Video Game Nerd is a video game review series created by James Rolfe that started in 2004. In it, he takes the viewer back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He plays a character that dresses like a stereotypical nerd, white shirt with pen and pocket and all, and gets overly mad at games that are probably too old to be upset over. Sometimes, he even uses the show to praise an old game that's actually pretty good, like Super Mario Bros. 3 or Earthbound, or newer games that are infamously bad like Sonic 06 or Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. The series started on a site called Cinemassacre with the release of his videos on Castlevania 2 and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It then moved to YouTube in 2006. The series was insanely influential on the platform, inspiring a metric fuck ton of YouTube video game reviewers, some more blatantly copying the format than others, but we'll explore that more in Tier 4, trust me. The AVGN series has over 200 episodes, 2 pretty good video games, and a feature-length film, which apparently wasn't amazing. Shadow banning is a practice that I've seen on pretty much every social media I've been on. Basically, it's when a site or otherwise online community will hinder or even completely block an individual's content from being seen by others without notifying the user first. This is mainly done to discourage spammers and trolls from just making a new account once they realize they've been banned, since the idea is that they never realize they're banned until they slowly start realizing no one's interacting with their posts. YouTube officially claims they don't shadow ban channels, and it's up for debate on whether they're lying or they're telling the truth and people think they're getting shadow banned just because no one wants to watch their shit. Ryan Higa, more well known as his YouTube username NigaHiga, is a YouTuber who began uploading in 2006. And from 2009 to 2011, he was the most subscribed user on the platform before being beaten by PewDiePie and later T-Series. He's most well known for his comedy videos on YouTube, many of which have tens of millions of views. He also got to start lip-syncing to songs, which it's kind of weird how many old YouTubers this is true for. He made a feature-length film in 2008 with his friend Sean Fujiyoshi called Ryan and Sean's Not-So-Excellent Adventure, and he also created Boys Generally Asian, a satirical K-pop group named for the pun on Girls' Generation, and because they're all Asians of different ethnicities, I guess. One more fun fact about NigaHiga that I felt like I should bring up is the origin of his username. Higa is his last name, but he was annoyed by so many people mispronouncing it as Higa, so he created the username NigaHiga so people would pronounce it as Higa instead. Because if people pronounced it the way they were doing, then they'd have to say his username as, you know. Caitlin Marie Dowdy is a funeral director and the owner of the YouTube channel Ask a Mortician. She's a huge advocate for death acceptance and helping people feel less anxious about dying. Despite the incredibly morbid topics she often covers, like cremation, decomposition, and even necrophilia, she often has an oddly upbeat tone to everything she talks about. Reason being that she believes that even taboo topics like those related to death deserve to be taught about, and a good way of doing that is to talk in a tone that's not horribly depressing, since a lot less people will be inclined to watch a video like that. And clearly the strategy has worked. Since she started uploading in 2011, she's gained almost 2 million subscribers, and many of her videos have millions of views. She's also published 3 books and is the founder of the Order of Good Death, an organization created to advocate for the embracing and acceptance of human death and also to oppose the cultural censorship of death. Okay, you've just gotta hear me out on this one. Zuiken English is a Japanese television program that helps viewers both learn English and at the same time has them do aerobic exercises. The series kind of flew under the radar in Japan, mainly because it was played during unpopular time slots, but either way it didn't stop the internet from finding a clip where they teach you how to say, "I have a bad case of diarrhea," and then start randomly performing this gymnastic dance completely out of context. Other clips from this also became popular, like the one where they teach you how to plead for your life. My video for Brianna is a 1 minute, 41 second long video, but when you watch it, it feels like it takes hours to finish. In it, this high school kid named Dominic is talking to his girlfriend named Brianna about how much he misses her. The video is incredibly creepy, perhaps intentionally. He's shirtless, really close to the camera, and the camera keeps swaying back and forth like it's some kind of horror movie. Apparently he was going to send it to her over email, but the file size was too big, so he instead opted to, publicly mind you, upload it to YouTube. The video gained millions of views, and before the comments were shut off, everyone was calling it cringe and uncomfortable. Some people thought it was a troll, others thought he was a stalker, but turns out Brianna was actually real and actually his girlfriend, as she published a video of her own responding to him. Apparently she actually really liked it, but they eventually broke up shortly after for reasons unrelated to the original video. Blank is over party is a phrase and hashtag used often when someone or something is being cancelled, like Taylor Swift is over party, Kanye West is over party, and of course YouTube is over party. This was used in a couple of situations where YouTube was doing some stupid bullshit, but where it seems to have peaked is in 2016 with the whole demonetization adpocalypse thing. It obviously doesn't mean YouTube's really over because, you know, we're still here. It's basically just used to denote a shitty thing happening with a specific subject. Felix Colgrave is an Australian animator and filmmaker who began making animations on YouTube as far back in 2008, when he was only 15. His biggest claim to fame is probably his video Double King, released in 2017, which is a 10-minute long surreal animated short about a king who travels across the land looking for other monarchs to steal their crown. Felix Colgrave has also done work on a number of things, such as directing a music video for Nicki Minaj, worked on in-game animations for Fallout 4, and he was also credited for storyboards on Childish Gambino's Feels Like Summer music video. Have You Ever Had a Dream Like This is a clip from the 1999 home video special Goodnight Moon and Other Sleepy Time Tales, consisting of readings of various children's bedtime stories. In the video, there are several interviews with children, the main subject being dreams. One of the children, a boy named Joe Cirkiel, just fumbles his words completely when being interviewed. He stutters for a solid 15 seconds, and it's so bad you can't even tell what he's saying. A common theory is that he was actually trying to quote the 1997 film Hercules, where he says, "Haven't you ever had a dream, something you wanted so bad you'd do anything?" Which is a pretty plausible theory considering Hercules came out only 2 years before the release of Goodnight Moon. YouTube's channel layout has gone through many different changes throughout the years. They used to give you a lot more freedom with how you could customize your channel back in like 2009, since you could change the entire background instead of just the banner, and you could also change the color of pretty much everything on screen. However, as time went on, they allowed for less and less freedom in the way your channel page looked. It was an understandable change, as I assume they wanted the site to look more uniform and professional, but still, it's fucking boring. This entry refers to a comment posted in 2005 by a user named Cobalt Grove. It's the first comment on Me at the Zoo, which is the first YouTube video, and for a while, it was believed to be the first comment on the website. But as I've already gone over, it was that lol comment on that video called Good Times, which people didn't realize until later. Not much else to say here, I guess it's just kind of interesting. Leekspin, also known as Loituma Girl, is a looping gif of Orihime from Bleach spinning a leek, set to a cover of the Finnish song Yevan Polka by Loituma. The video was uploaded in 2006 and has since got over 10 million views. A year later, the song got a cover by Hatsune Miku, which, in case you're wondering about her strange association with leeks, that's where it started. The original song, or at least the section Leekspin pulls from, isn't actually words and is complete gibberish meant to sound like they're saying something, which is why you can't find lyrics anywhere. Kool-Aid Killer, not to be confused with the other Kool-Aid Killer, is a video released by Danebo in early 2008. It's basically a mock movie trailer with the plot being that there's an evil Kool-Aid man and he's going to kill anyone that drinks anything that isn't Kool-Aid. After the success of the first video, Danebo proceeded to turn the Kool-Aid Killer into a small series called Viral Killer, where he goes after viral videos like Chocolate Rain, Star Wars Kid, and... okay, I know it's not a chipmunk, but it's definitely not a fucking gopher either. Danebo would also make other popular videos such as Marshmallow Killer, Screaming Eggs, and Scariest Demon Face Ever. But there's one big thing he's known for above all else that I'll be talking about later in this... wait, it's only an honorable mentions? Okay, change of plans. The Annoying Orange is a video uploaded by Danebo, like I literally just said. And it's about an orange, right? And he's like... really annoying. He annoys his fellow fruit apple until he gets sliced in half by a knife, and that's pretty much the entire video. It got 250 million views and spawned a series that's really fucking long. The Annoying Orange YouTube channel still uploads to this day multiple times per week for the past decade. Just an endless sea of constant Annoying Orange content that's all pretty much the same shit. I don't know how they're coming up with ideas. The channel has over 1,800 videos on it and counting. The series also has 3 mobile games, a whole bunch of merchandise, and a show on Cartoon Network called The High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange. Also, the videos on the channel get like over 100,000 views usually. Who the fuck is still watching new Annoying Orange videos? Also, while editing, I came to the realization that Annoying Orange technically qualifies as a VTuber. So do with that information what you will. Evil Elmo and Evil Barney basically just refer to any time a YouTuber tries to make Elmo or Barney evil. Making children's media evil and fucked up is definitely not a new concept, and it's something that's persisted in the internet for decades. While other iterations on this format like Sonic.exe still persist to this day, Evil Elmo and Evil Barney seem to have kind of fallen out of fashion in the more recent years, but let it be known that these were super popular with kids on YouTube years ago. There was a video titled The Story of Evil Elmo that got 6 million views. That's literally just a Windows Movie Maker slideshow of captions talking about how Elmo is evil, with accompanying images that are like 3 pixels total. That being said, they're not completely lost, as calling X character at 3 AM videos still have the characters going strong. And I also found Among Us mods for both of them. I guess it's only a matter of time before they get Friday Night Funkin' mods and business will be booming again. Ray William Johnson is a YouTube star known for a couple things. His main claim to fame is a series called Equals3, where he showcases viral videos, 3 per episode, and provides his own commentary, I guess. The series lasted for 5 years and had over 400 episodes, and Ray William Johnson was at one point the most subscribed YouTuber and was the first to reach 5 million subscribers. He also started making music, first under the name Fatty Spins, where he produced a couple of songs, with really the only one anyone knows about being Doing Your Mom. He then pursued a project known as Your Favorite Martian, where he accompanied the songs with animated music videos, which also got pretty popular. He discontinued Your Favorite Martian in 2012, but came back this year, 10 years later. He's also had a couple acting roles, and nowadays he makes a lot of TikTok posts riffing on various videos he finds, which is honestly what a lot of TikTokers do anyways, so it seems he's found a pretty natural modernization of the Equals3 format. Nope.avi is a 9-second long Team Fortress 2 SFM animation where engineer runs up to the screen, his hat rises, he says nope, and then his neck extends to meet the hat. The video has 13 million views and has popular use as a reaction video, as well as just a non-sequitur just to throw out. Not much else to this, just a funny video. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was very popular for its massive open world, at least for a game released in 2004, and the game, as well as the GTA series in general, was well known for its large amount of secrets. This led to a lot of rumors that Bigfoot was roaming around somewhere in the game's world. Discussions for if Bigfoot really exists in the game were heated, as since data mining wasn't really a thing in 2004, all you really had to go off of was word of mouth. The issue got even more complicated when people started making these fake videos on YouTube of people allegedly encountering Bigfoot, when really it was just a mod or otherwise edited footage. Discussions of GTA Bigfoot's existence would often mirror that of his real-world counterpart, which I think is fascinating. There were other videos of alleged myths in the GTA series, like aliens and other cryptids too. Something about trying to find shit that doesn't exist in GTA games just fascinated people. It's kind of sad that video game content hunting is a lost art these days, thanks to the existence of data mining, even if sometimes the content was fake. Like, something like Bigfoot in GTA or Sonic and Melee could never happen these days just because some geek-ass nerd can look in the files and find that it's not true. To reference the old Bigfoot hunting videos, Rockstar Games added the legendary Sasquatch to GTA 5. It's a really nice nod, but it still doesn't change the fact that Bigfoot isn't in San Andreas and never was. Or was he? No, he wasn't. The more you hear about YouTube prank videos, the more you start to question how no one's been killed in self-defense while making one of these. The answer to the question being that like 99% of them are fake, but that doesn't stop people from believing them. And some of the people that believe them actually go out and try to make real prank videos. Timothy Wilkes was a 20-year-old prank YouTuber from Nashville, Tennessee, who in 2021 was doing a store robbery prank where he held a butcher knife up to a store clerk and threatened his life. He assumedly was planning to just drop the act at some point and tell the clerk it was just a prank, but he instead got shot and killed. The clerk wasn't charged since it was pretty cut and dry that this was a self-defense case. The craziest part is that the robbery prank was not an original idea by Timothy, as he most likely got the idea from other YouTubers who did the prank. Although, obviously what set him apart from the others is that this video was actually real, which tragically led to the end of his life. Alright, so before I get to this one, here's a quick history lesson on YouTube upload lengths. When YouTube first started in 2005, users could upload videos of any length they wanted, and the only quality level that was available was 240p. Although a year later, they noticed that every video uploaded over 10 minutes were unauthorized uploads of TV shows. To deter people from doing this, they enforced a 10-minute limit on video uploads, which honestly didn't stop anyone from pirating because they just uploaded in parts, but whatever. In 2010, it was up to 15 minutes, and then eventually later in the same year, the limit was removed completely, letting you upload videos as long as you want. Here's where a user named Moldy Toaster Media comes in. He was constantly challenging the platform, seeing how long he could make a YouTube video. This eventually culminated in 2011 when he uploaded a now private video called The Longest Video on YouTube, 596.5 hours. The title says it all, although the video itself was just a grayscale gradient flipping every couple of seconds. The video stands as the longest video ever uploaded to YouTube to this day in 2022, because YouTube put a 12-hour limit on video length in 2016 unless it's a live stream, but that doesn't really count. Anthony Padilla and Ian Heacox are content creators that make up the comedy duo Smosh. They first began making videos in 2005, originally starting with making lip-sync videos to songs like the Power Rangers theme, Mortal Kombat theme, and the Pokemon theme, the latter of which was at one point the most viewed video on YouTube before having that spot taken by Evolution of Dance. And then Nintendo took the video down, so that sucks. They quickly became one of the most popular users on the website, holding the record on 3 separate occasions for the most subscribed YouTuber. Smosh would go on to be a sketch comedy type channel that many others would imitate the format of. They also had a pretty popular series called Food Wars that they did annually. They also had the Blank in Real Life series where they made sketches based on the video games, movies, or whatever else were real. There's also multiple Smosh channels besides the main one, like Smosh Games, which is self-explanatory, and Smosh Pit, where they just post whatever. They also had their own movie called Smosh the Movie, which was predictably not well received since, it's a YouTuber movie. Pretty sure I already explained why those are most of the time bad. There's also Shut Up Cartoons, which featured animation series like Oishi High School Battle, Planets, Pubertina, and Smosh Babies. Wow. In recent years, Smosh has dwindled in popularity. Anthony left the channel in 2017, which led them to stop pretty much all their original content, although Ian is still a main member of the channel while Anthony has a solo career. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take a couple steps back to explain this one fully. This is Justin Zimbitis, also known as Symfuhny. He has a rare medical condition called progeria where the afflicted will age rapidly, as well as have expanded growth in the head. He joined YouTube in 2009 and produced many videos where he basically just does whatever. One of these videos is called 13-Second Ghost, also known as Ghost of Symfuhny. In it, his bedroom is shown without him on screen, although you can hear him whispering in the background, and it sounds like he's saying there's a ghost in the room. Then he jumps out in front of the camera and starts screaming. It's, in my eyes, not a very effective screamer, since the time he takes to jump out is pretty long, but either way, the video got popular enough to lead to the production of the video Jackety Ghost. This video is just an edit of the last couple of seconds of the 13-Second Ghost video, where he's moving his head all around and screaming. They put some Windows Movie Maker effects over it, start playing Yakety Sax, and yeah, that's the video. Nowadays, Justin is still around on YouTube, despite his old channel being deleted, and now he makes review videos as well as some videos about Funko Pops. UN Owen Was Her is Flandre Scarlet's theme from Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, the 6th entry in the Touhou series. The song is another song from the series to be everywhere in Nico Nico Doga and by extension YouTube. The song was so popular that I'd argue it has a similar place in mid to late 2000s internet culture that Megalovania did for mid to late 2010s internet culture, although obviously on a lesser scale because YouTube was much smaller back then. Anyways, the song got a lot of remixes, although one stands out among the rest. This is Ronald McDonald Insanity, a UN Owen Was Her YDPMV that features clips from Japanese McDonald's commercials. It was originally uploaded to Nico Nico Doga by a now unknown user before being re-uploaded to YouTube on the same day. It's easily one of the most iconic YDPMVs out there, and was probably a lot of Westerners' first introduction to the Touhou series, just like Bad Apple. This video was also the main inspiration for all those Ronald McDonald edits in Mugen. Error Number 53 is a video game produced on Game Jolt by Sean Toman. It was one of those horror games that got popular for like a day because popular YouTubers began to play it, like Markiplier. It starts out as a pretty basic Unity adventure game, but then it starts to glitch out and start flashing random images and stuff. This chart specifically mentions the Markiplier video done on it, which I'm a bit confused about. I guess he does play into the glitchy gimmick of the game more than others, where at the end his face cam starts going all pixely and stuff, but honestly, it's just your average 2013 Markiplier video with some jump scares and creepy stuff. If you somehow don't know who MatPat is, he's the host of Game Theory, a show for fan theories about games that's been running since 2011. There's a common trend that the theories often become more and more egregious and nonsensical as time runs on, and nowhere was this better exemplified than the Undertale Sans' Secret Identity video, where he explains why he thinks Sans from Undertale is the same character as Ness from Earthbound. It's a crackpot theory that doesn't really make a lot of sense, especially now that Deltarune is a thing, so Making fun of him became really fun. MatPat was also the same guy who got the chance to meet the Pope and gave him a fucking Steam code for Undertale. A couple years later, he used Undertale for clickbait on a video about another quirky Earthbound-inspired RPG, and then proceeded to not link to the actual game he was covering, which prompted Toby fucking Fox himself to chew him out on Twitter for going too far. That was 3 years ago, and Game Theory has not uploaded a single piece of content related to Undertale or Deltarune since, which is kind of understandable since I assume he figured that's 3 strikes and you're out. Oh boy. Racist Mario is an animation by FlashGets released in 2014. It's a parody of Mario Kart where Mario is racist towards non-Nintendo characters on the track like Sonic and Kratos, and he begins to go on a killing rampage. I guess the joke is that, like, he's racist and it's happening in a race. I don't fucking know. Racist Mario got way more popular than it probably should have, reaching 155 million views, and becoming the most viewed Mario-related video on all of YouTube, even though it sucks dick and balls. Jon Drinks Water is a series on YouTube created in 2011 by Jonathan Harchick, who also created Moldy Toaster Media. The series features him drinking different kinds of water, sometimes providing commentary and doing special stuff for certain milestones. It's not on a consistent schedule, sometimes he'll upload multiple videos per day, and sometimes he'll go days where he doesn't upload at all. And the most recent video was 2 months ago, but let it be known that Jon holds the record for longest running water drinking channel, and yes, this is an entire community. Stay hydrated. And that's the end of part 1 of part 2 of tier 3 of the YouTube Iceberg. Yeah, I really would have preferred not to have restarted this entire video and split it up into 2 parts, but lesson learned, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. It feels like these videos are starting to get a little traction in the algorithm, which honestly I'm just making these videos for myself more than anyone, so it's nice to hear some people are interested in the series. The previous episode is actually my most viewed video, which is kind of weird since it's like the 4th video in the series, but whatever. I think by now I'm officially the furthest into this Iceberg compared to anyone else on YouTube, which is pretty exciting. And I do plan on finishing this, trust me. Once I'm done, I'm pretty sure I'll be the longest Iceberg series on YouTube, even beating the 9.5 hour Wendigoon one in length. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but until then, thanks for watching, and shout out to Revecha, sorry if I butchered that, for giving me a shout out in his video about Iceberg videos. I'll put his channel link in the description. Anyway, see ya.